Hi everybody, I thought I would share with you this cool Esquire I got from Chicago Music Exchange. So this is a Dakota Red 60's Esquire. It's got double binding. Try to do some better shots here. I'm just kind of holding this camera. It's made in Indonesia. It's pretty nice. Let's cover a couple things I like about it. So here, like I said, I got this guitar from Chicago Music Exchange. I was a first time customer with them, so I signed up for their email. They gave me 20% off coupon, which I thought was awesome. So knocked this guitar down to just a little bit over $400. I had to pay tax. So first, the neck. It has a really thin neck. It feels great. There's no dead frets. And all the strings seem to, it's a pretty resonant guitar. I don't want to get into the whole poly versus nitro hoopla, but for the money, this guitar sounds good. Usually, if it sounds good acoustic, it's going to sound really good electric. One complaint was these string ferrules. They weren't actually in there. They were just kind of, they fell out. So I put a little bit of super glue on those, put them back in there. It should be fine. Another plus for this guitar, it came with full-size pots. It actually has a real switch. It doesn't feel as like snappy as like a Fender switch, but it's not one of those crappy PC board ones either. The string tree it's pretty large, and I don't know how it's really that large. Maybe it's just a Squier thing. I don't know. This is the first time I've ever had a Squier telly that wasn't like the bare bones, the cheapest one you could buy, and I'm pretty impressed. This guitar feels like a Japanese one. I mean, honestly, I'm probably gonna change the tuners because I think the ratio is just a little bit different than like a standard Fender tuner. I mean, it gets the job done. It's been in, I haven't played it for like 3 days. It's still in tune, so I'll probably just leave those for now. I was surprised. I took this pick guard off, and it does not have the route for a neck pickup. However, I didn't want this for a neck pickup. I wanted just a bare bones rocker, and I didn't even play this plugged in. That's one thing. The Squier pickups, they really turned me off back in the day. So I just jerked this out. I put a DiMarzio chopper in here because I wanted like almost like a Telly Les Paul Jr. type thing. I did wire it so I guess that's third position, that is split, and then this is parallel, and then this is full-blown chopper. Get to the chopper now. Like I said, yeah, it didn't have any dead frets, I was totally shocked, and all the fret ends felt really good. What else can I say about this guitar? Would like to add that these saddles are a little bit bigger in diameter than a typical Fender. I know you can get aftermarket ones that are two different sizes. This one I was surprised because I put 10s on it. I like 10s. And a lot of the Tellys I have, the G string kind of gets muted a little bit. That's not the case on this one. I don't know if these bigger saddles are the cause of that. If so, I mean, it's working. I might try some on my other guitars and see. It does come with the smaller barrel switch instead of the, you know, if they were going to be period correct, it would have like the big top hat. But the top hats, they're so big that they basically hit the knob. So it's a pain to switch back and forth. And I almost just took the switch out, wired a straight humbucker. But since you can coil split this, that's why I went ahead and gave it some tone. And may I make a video later on playing it, but it still has pretty good twang. Like I've always been a fan of DiMarzio pickups. Seymour Duncans just seem, their humbuckers anyway, just seem to be really muddy. And I'm bouncing this with one hand. The only real big issue, which is not even a big issue, is the nut. It's an action was pretty low. It's actually lower than what I normally play, because I like to, hit those power chords, and I don't like any buzz, so I typically raise the action up. But the high E string, it's a little low, and when you can kind of, sometimes it'll get the rattle, the buzz, like a 12 string type tinny sound right here on the first fret. It doesn't do it anywhere else on the neck. And if anybody's ever bought a cheaper guitar, it's total hit or miss. Always hit or miss. Maybe we should call this video is it a winner or is it a wiener? But this one's definitely not a wiener. This is probably the best Squier I've ever gotten. I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's plastic or, I'm guessing it's plastic. It's a $400 guitar. And it did not have any blemishes on it at all. Like, I've bought some high-end Gibsons that around the binding, they're all, they got a bunch of tool marks, or they got some tool marks on the fretboard. And for this being $418 for tax and not have a blemish on it, I thought was super great deal. And I've been playing this guitar every day and just enjoying it. I bought this guitar probably a month after I bought this Telly. This is a 2012 Japanese, made in Japan, Fender. It's called like a TL 62, T62, something like that. And like, I bought this one, then I found this one online, and this was always a bucket list guitar, but for the money, I don't think you can beat this one. I did change the pickups to pure vintage 64s because I had them in another Telly. Also changed it came with tiny little pots and the PCB board, whatever, jack. I put all Fender stuff in it. This has a really light rosewood board, and the board on the Squier, it's a lot darker. But I mean, this guitar and this guitar, they feel nearly identical. Like, the weight's about the same. It's about the channel. So I named it Just Gig West Virginia. I'm not going to be doing a lot of guitar reviews, nothing like that. I'm going to interview a bunch of local musicians in our area, find out like what makes them tick, what kind of music they love when they start playing. And I'd really like to get this channel up and running, and then maybe most of the proceeds go to the local music program in the schools in the area. Because I don't know if you notice, like, the music program in the schools have always they've always been nothing compared to the athletic program. I was a band kid. My daughter, she is also a band kid. And if your child's school was like mine, they're struggling to just get the basic stuff they need. So I've made some small donations this year to try to help them out. And if this YouTube channel takes off, we'll get them some more funding, some more reeds, some more mutes, maybe I don't know, whatever else school bands really need. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope so now you get to see what the red Esquires look like. I hadn't seen one on YouTube, so I figured I'd just make a quick video. But bye everybody, thanks for watching.